Welcome to the C-Suite at the Open Video Series with TMX Group. I'm Arnie Goldstein, Head of Company Services based out of Vancouver. And joining me today are Eleanor Lynch, the Chief Operating Officer, and Daniel Petrov, the CEO of Kiaro Holdings Limited, our new listing on the Venture Exchange, trading under the ticker KO. Eleanor, Daniel, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thanks, Arnie.
So, Daniel, tell me or summarize for me the top three things you'd like to highlight and you want investors to know about Kiaro right now.
Top three things. First would have to be Kiaro's focus on operational excellence and profitability. Those have been pillars for the company, founded on those pillars and really the same pillars today. Second would be our multiple revenue streams. We've been granted a retail operator license in Ontario. In 2020 alone, the team opened 4 locations in BC. And if anyone knows, BC has a really high barrier to entry, so that's huge in the midst of a pandemic. Seeing our stores turn 4-wall profitable within 3 to 6 months, which is impressive by any retail standard. And currently we're entering Ontario with the same profit-first approach. We're looking for those locations that'll turn profitable within that 6-month period. And if you look at our revenues generated per store, we're amongst the top of the industry, if not the top, if you're comparing apples to apples. So going back down to multiple revenue streams, we talked about the omni-channel retailer. At Kiaro, you can reserve online and pick up in store. In Saskatchewan, you can get delivered through e-commerce. And also in Saskatchewan, you can actually do last mile delivery. So, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Amazon, we're perfecting that and delivering that right now. Compare that to our wholesale business now. In wholesale, national cannabis distribution in Saskatchewan, we are still servicing over 60% of the private retailers. I think that's huge. 60% of the retailers in Saskatchewan are buying product from Kiaro through our wholesale business. That supports our business and the industry as a whole. And it really gives us that competency to go into other markets when those open up. So you can see the growth. So third thing, pace of growth. Q2, we experienced 50% increase in revenues, 50% quarter over quarter, 73% increase in adjusted EBITDA. These are really big numbers that we're putting up. And what the public listing allows Kiaro to showcase is that operational result, is that strong balance sheet in the public market now.
That's a great summary. Eleanor, how would you sum up the investment proposition then?
Yeah, great. Well, the industry has been around now for 2 years and it's maturing. And as part of that maturing process is certainly the fundamentals of operational retail success. And for us, that starts with a senior management team with over 40 years of retail experience, which has really lent itself to a sophisticated approach to supply chain management and certainly the channels of access that Daniel pointed to, whether it's omni-channel or wholesale division. And all of these fundamentals have really led to a balance sheet with minimal debt. And so when you think about the industry itself and you layer in the barriers to entry that you see in cannabis retail, municipal, provincial, it's a challenge. And you've got a team here at Kiaro that's been managing through that over the last 2 years quite successfully. And it's a great opportunity to take a look at the fundamentals of retail operators.
Excellent. What are some near-term catalysts that investors or potential investors should be looking for, Eleanor?
Yeah, well, I think the big one, Arnie, is certainly market share. 25% of the regulated channel right now, and we want that to expand. And what do we see from an expansion opportunity against the unregulated market is certainly price parity. So we see that already happening. The unregulated and regulated markets are definitely coming closer together in terms of prices. And then, of course, quality. Quality has improved. Come on into a Kiaro store. You can see that there's lots of licensed producers to choose from. Quality has improved, as has selection, whether it's format, price, different qualities that you can choose. There's a lot going on in regulated cannabis. Beyond just those catalysts, I would say regulation is interesting. In Canada, we expect to see some positive regulatory changes that will come through soon. And then in the US, you see Biden-Harris talking about decriminalization of cannabis. And certainly the market responded well to that. So when you look at catalysts and you think about fundamentals, look for Kiaro, who really has done a great job of taking advantage of that.
Fantastic. Daniel, just to wrap up, Tell me, what does being listed on a venture exchange mean for your company and your stakeholders?
Well, for the company and stakeholders, number one, this means ability to grow the Kiaro community outside the four walls here, and share the story with a much broader audience. Currently we have an amazing customer base and shareholder base, and moving forward, with the listing, everyone can become a stakeholder, and you no longer have to be accredited. Everyone can own a share. Everyone can be part of the Kiaro story. That'd be number one. Number two, the listing, again, publicly showcases Kiaro's operational performance and strong balance sheet in a way on the exchange that just supports stakeholder confidence in the way that has to be displayed now. So that'd be number two. And third, definitely most importantly, being listed on the TSXV means continuous growth, better access to capital, more accretive opportunities, and really that sets the stage for increased shareholder value. For employees especially, that mean performance incentives, sharing the benefit of team success through our stock option plan. As a public company, that alone increases our ability to attract and retain top talent to bring them into the company. And for this call, especially, and finally, the most important stakeholder for the call, Kiaro shareholders. Shareholders, for them, it means fluidity, the ability to move in and out of the investment, liquidity, get liquid on their investment if they choose fit. And after that, to manage the pace of their investment and who is going to come in and out of the story. So, I think that would be what it means to us. So for the company and the stakeholders, it's just a major milestone.
Excellent. Exactly. I really look forward to watching your story, and I encourage people to go to your website, check us out on TMX Money, and you're trading under the ticker KO. And welcome to the family.
Thanks.
Thanks, Arnie.